What's up? Ken Jackson Experience. Y'all, I am still sick. So, not going to be on long. Just want to come on for a little while because I'm bored, really. I've been laid up for the last 3 days. Flu bug is bad, super bad. Um, I blame you, Robert F. Kennedy, for making people stop believing in vaccines. And I'm sure a lot of people haven't been getting their flu shots, and the strain is getting stronger, and the treatments uh, aren't as uh, effective as they used to be. And that's a bad thing. Uh, for me, at 60 years old, let me tell you something. First of all, y'all got to stop saying, oh, that's so young. It's not young. It's 60 years, more than half the human lifespan. So uh, I got far more days behind me than I got ahead of me. That's a fact. But in any case, I'm feeling a little better today. Uh, Not coughing nearly as much as I was. And my nasal passages are clearing up, not so much mucus. But man, my body aches because the last 3 days was like non-stop hacking cough, and every muscle in my body is screaming right now. And I'm gonna tell you something. Uh, I don't care how tough you are. I don't care, uh, you know, how much of a man you think you are. This shit will take you down. And it's going around here in South Florida. A lot of people here in South Florida are sick. Obviously, this is a MAGA state where vaccines are pretty much off the table. People aren't getting flu shots. People aren't uh, uh, wearing masks, when they are sick, when they go out in public, and they should. And it's crazy because they act like it's such an intrusive thing on their privacy. Let me tell y'all something. Uh, I was stationed in Japan back in the early 80s. And back in the 80s, the Japanese were wearing masks when they were sick, when they had colds, when they had the flu or any type of respiratory infections. They wouldn't go out in public without a mask. And also in the wintertime, they would wear masks because it would kind of protect them from the cold air, protect their lungs from breathing in that cold air directly. So masks are nothing new to me. So when I go out in public, I definitely still wear a mask if I'm sick. If I, knowing that if I sneeze or cough, it could be contagious for someone else. You know why? Because I think about other people, and I don't want to infect anybody else. So I do my due diligence, and I make sure that I'm protecting myself, but also protecting others. I at least have the courtesy to think about others and their health. So I'm just saying this, hey, you don't have to wear a mask, but I suggest you do if you're sick and you're coughing and sneezing all over the goddamn place. Just put a mask on, man. We don't want that shit. We don't want that shit. It's it's real, man. Shit can kill you, and I'd hate to be taken out of this life over something that was 100% preventable. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't want to be the cause of somebody else's life being snuffed out over something that was 100% preventable. Plain and simple. So uh, that's that. Enough of that. Yo, how many of y'all saw the Ray J live stream? Uh, what was he on? What was that? What's the platform he was on? I can't remember the platform. Twitch. On his Twitch stream, this motherfucker went off, pointing a gun, at his soon-to-be ex-wife, Princess Love, while she was holding their daughter. You know, listen, Ray J, bro, get some help, man. Get some help. Uh, just say no. You know what I'm saying? Because from what I saw, it wasn't worth all that, man. It wasn't worth all that. And then you were laughing coming out of jail the next day. Come on, dude. Knock it off, man. Get yourself some help. That's not the kind of example to set for your children. Yeah, it really isn't. And that goes for all you dudes out here, man. And females, that give dudes hard time over their kids, baby mamas and baby daddies. Let's knock that bullshit off for one. You know, Mothers and fathers, kids need both of you. Both of you. And it makes no sense, when y'all are out here bickering and fighting, over petty bullshit. It's just crazy. So just stop it, you know. And it's not just a black thing; it's a white thing too. It's a Hispanic thing too. It's an Asian thing too. Not as much though. Um, I see it a lot in the black community because that's the community I live in, and it's just ridiculous. I never could understand, why these youngsters, mostly youngsters, but some older parents too, are still, you know, uh, on the petty bullshit. And let me tell you, the kids learn to be petty watching y'all. So when they grow up, and they start having the same types of issues, and you sit there and you're gonna try to lecture them, you can't because you did it. You're the one that taught them how to act that way. You know, and then though, a lot of times, uh, we see these ratchet ass individuals, you know, in the streets with their kids, uh, encouraging them to be stupid. So what kind of parenting is that? Um, we need help in our community. We definitely need help, but um, uh, nobody's gonna step in and rescue us from ourselves. Uh, we can only do it from within. So, for all you sensible black folks out there that are parents, if you know some of these young parents and older ones who are petty as hell, try to teach them, man. Try to pull them to the side and talk to them, and let them know, that's not the play. It's just stupid, because the kids are learning this shit, from y'all. Then they're gonna grow up and they're gonna be petty just like you, and that's not good for anybody. We have generations that are ruined because of that, and it's going to take a couple of generations to fix it. It really is. Um, so keep that in mind. Next time you want to, act petty with your baby mama or your baby daddy, think about your babies. Think about how it's affecting them. Put your own, put your selfishness to the side and knock off the bullshit. Um, there ain't no soft way to put it. Just stop it. You know. Um, there's better ways. Instead of having your ass taken away in handcuffs, because you're drunk and belligerent, and really just being stupid. So that's about it for me today. My throat is still on fire. I'm gonna try to eat something here in a few. I haven't eaten I have literally not eaten in 3 days. So I am starving. My daughter brought me over some food last night, and I couldn't swallow anything. Um, I just put it in the fridge. I said, you know what? I'll save it till tomorrow. Well, tomorrow's here. My stomach is talking to me, so I'm gonna try to force something down my throat. Like I said, my throat is still on fire though. I still got a little bit of a fever, but the worst thing is the body pain from all the coughing the past 3 days. Oh my God, the coughing was ridiculous. I still have a little bit of a cough today, but I've been fighting it with cough drops, and so it's been helping. And then taking some Tylenol, to help with these body aches. But yes, I'm taking Tylenol. You know, hopefully I won't wake up autistic. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing. This ridiculousness with our health system. You know, that and you know what, and that's what I wanted to talk about. Why don't we here in America have a universal health care system? We are arguably the richest country on the planet, the most powerful country on the planet. And there are countries all around the world that are not nearly as prosperous as America is. And they got universal health care for their citizens. And I always hear these complaints about, well, their healthcare systems aren't that great. You got have to wait too long to see a doctor, this, that, or the other. Yeah, it's not perfect, but you know what? We got millions of people in America that never get to see a doctor because they can't afford it. They can't afford the healthcare premiums, the health insurance premiums. You know, I don't worry too much about my health care because I'm a veteran and I'm currently under VA health care as a disabled veteran. But there's millions of Americans who don't have that. And don't get me wrong, I don't hold my breath, for VA health care either because there's a lot of things that even we can't get, you know. Um, so, uh, but America should have universal health care for all its citizens. We got billions of dollars to send to all these other countries, to aid them, to build up their economies and to do this and do that, to build up their militaries and all types of shit. But we don't have money to spend here at home for our own people's health care. Make that make sense to because I just don't understand how. And think about the homelessness. We got 8 billionaires in this country who could literally end homelessness and hunger in America by themselves. 8 people, and it won't even put a dent in their bank accounts. And I'm not saying they're obligated, but damn, to have the privilege of being multi-billionaires, I would say that in itself makes you obligated to take care of home. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could come up with $300 million to build a fucking ballroom for Donald Trump at the White House and destroy the East Wing, and all of its historic value is gone. It can never come back. But y'all can't invest in making America healthy again and making us well and whole. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. Really. You MAGA motherfuckers are out here complaining about people taking advantage of the SNAP system and taking advantage of the welfare system. But these billionaires, especially these 8 billionaires, are the biggest recipients of corporate welfare on the planet. We fund all of their research and development for the bullshit that they turn around and sell back to us. You know, they live off the backs of poor people, and yet they don't want to give anything back. Somebody said, "Ken, you sound like you're jealous. That you're not rich." I'm not jealous at all. I've been rich. You know, I've been there, and even now I'm okay. And I do everything I can to help others when I see the need. If I got it, I'm gonna share it, and that's all. That's how I've always been taught. But we got people out here literally who can fund the world, and they don't do a single fucking thing. And check it out. Here's the thing: we don't even have to force them to to do this. All we got to do is raise their tax rate. Raise the tax rate on these $1 billion and $1 trillion companies. Yeah, that's right, $1 trillion companies. We got several $1 trillion companies in this country, and their tax rates are lower than a lot of the average citizens. How make that shit make sense? We got billionaires, that are paying smaller tax rates than most people in the country. Make it make sense, y'all. While they sit back and they collect every dime that they can from the taxpayers to fund their pet peeve projects. Listen, y'all, we ain't putting nobody on Mars no time soon. We're not gonna make it out of this solar system. Not in our lifetimes, not in the next 50 lifetimes. It's not gonna happen, y'all. This is it. We're all here on this little blue ball in space. And we need to do everything we can to take care of this motherfucker and make sure that it keeps going on strong, because if we kill this, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. There ain't nowhere else to go. And I don't really think y'all understand the enormity of that. There ain't nowhere else for us to go, not even in our solar system. There's nowhere else for us to go. But they spend billions upon billions of dollars and oh man, that hurt. They spend multi-billions of dollars on shit that ain't gonna be good for anybody. It's sad. It's really sad. But yes, universal health care, that's what we need. Donald Trump doesn't want anybody to be healthy. He definitely doesn't want anybody to be healthy. Uh, um, our senators here in Florida, Tim Scott. He used to own a bunch of healthcare uh, um, businesses here in Florida, and he was actually convicted of healthcare fraud and ended up paying out millions in fines. Go figure. Didn't do any time in jail, and now he's a U.S. senator representing Florida. I don't, I, I don't understand it, y'all. I just don't understand it. All right. Well, anyway, that's my rant. Leave me some comments down below. Even the MAGA comments, y'all are hilarious to me. Uh, Probably the best entertainment I get is reading through some of the MAGA comments I get. Um, it makes me laugh. Uh, but until next time, um, I'm your man's Ken Jackson. This has been the Ken Jackson Experience. Uh, Sunday night, I'm sure I'll be feeling better for my regular broadcast right here on Crazy Baby TV World here on YouTube. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Doesn't cost you a dime. I don't sell shit. I just talk shit. Until next time, peace. I'm out.